This will be the last recording for 4.2. I'm doing the last problem on here, which we've seen a few times. This blood alcohol concentration, that's function. Right here is 0.02 t e to the negative 0.05 t. And it's asking, find the maximum value of the BAC during the first hour. Write the meaning. Okay. So we're going to do that. So here we go. Here's my C of t. And we've done this derivative before. So we're going to have to take the derivative and set it to 0. That's what's new. And it's asking for the first hour. And since this is in minutes, we're going to have to go 0 to 60 minutes. So keep your units straight. Minutes, minutes. So I'm going to take the derivative. We've done this before. You have to use product rule. First times the derivative of the second plus the second times the derivative of the first. I simplify. And I'm going to set it to 0. And notice that both terms have an e to the negative 0.05 t. I factored that out. And I'm going to set this equal to 0. I'll get back to this. And this one equal to 0. Solving that, little linear, you get t equal 20. This one, e to this power, will never be negative. Will never be 0. All right. Actually, it will never be negative either. No matter what you put in there. If you take, remember e is about 2.7. If you keep putting it to a power, it's going to get larger. And a negative power is just going to get smaller. So this will never be 0. So we can cross that off. And this is our only critical number. So I'm going to find C of 20, C of 0, C of 60. That's my critical and my endpoints. And I got 0.147 absolute max, and 0 is your absolute min. And the 60 was not the highest or lowest. I graphed this. Now, how did I graph this? I didn't just do that. I went to my calculator and I went to y equals. Now, I don't need that polynomial. I'm going to come down here. Oh, by the way, I did look at the one previous. I looked at x minus 2 sine x. If you want to see that graph, it looks like, whoops, I don't even have it in here. You have to turn it on like this. And what was that window? I'm going to have to flip this over. I forgot to show it to you. It was 0 to 2 pi. So the one prior, and you could do it with this one as well. If I put 0 to 2 pi, so 0, enter, 2 pi, enter. Sorry, I'm scattered. And do zoom fit. That's our new handy dandy window. This one is your sine function, and we ended up with that as a minimum and that as a maximum. So just to show you, you could do the previous, any of these problems on your calculator. Okay, back to blood alcohol concentration. I'm going to turn this one off, and I'm going to come down here and turn this one on. And this is 0.02 x e to the negative 0.05 x. Now my window, remember, was 0 to 60, right? It was 0 to 60 minutes. And I'm going to zoom, fit. There it is. And now it'll give you a nice, that's, zoom fit works if you have your interval, 0 to 60. So that is what I did. I went 0 to 60. And since I realized that my maximum was at a blood alcohol concentration of 0.147, I thought, well, I'll just change this to 0.15, and then I divided it into like 5, 10, 15, so 0.05, 0.10, 0.15. And this is in minutes. This is in milligrams per milliliter, because that's your concentration. And when I graph this, I graph the 0, 0, I graph the 20.147, and I even graphed that endpoint at 60.06. It's about 0.06. And I got a very nice picture, nicely labeled. I put minutes here and milligrams per milliliter. And we're supposed to explain the absolute maximum. So let's think about the unit on this. This is just the concentration. So that is going to be measured in milligrams per milliliter. So that is milligrams per milliliter here. And I wrote, during the first hour, the BAC is at a maximum of 0.147 milligrams per milliliter after 20 minutes. And I think that is really all it was asking for. I put the minimum, but I'm sure we know the minimum is right when that person takes the drink. So all that was asked was the absolute max. I got carried away when I was doing these notes, so I will post these on YouTube and I'll post the notes on Blackboard, and I will see you later.